What's up, people? Listen, let me share something with y'all, man. Look, um, I was watching one of my brothers' podcasts, you see, and, and he had a lot of brothers on there that have a lot of information, you see, and they were talking about languages and the letters of these languages and things, and when they were talking about it, when the brother was talking about it, you see, first of all, he had this costume on. He had all this shit on his body, and and then he showed this thing with all these symbols on it, right? But what I just be this is why I can't listen to some of these podcasts because they're not speaking power. They're not talking about power. You see, they talking everything they talk about is in the past or what was. They're not talking about psychology and the mind and how to travel, you know, from from mind to mind. And you see, it's like they don't know that we're here today. They have no clue that we're here today. You see, and it bothers me sometimes when I gravitate towards it because you see, I go by my spirit. You see, when my spirit tell me to pay attention to something, I go pay attention to it. But if it curls my stomach, I have to release myself because it's congestion and I can't hold on to the congestion. See, it sounds good to the ear when you're a scholar in that one little body. You see, if you're a scholar in it, you see, but if you're a traveler, you see, and your purpose is to destroy shit. You see, you don't. I mean, it's like right in front of your face, we are dying. We are dying right in front of our faces. And the brother, he had all this knowledge, and he had all the little things. He had the fez on, and all these other symbols and shit on him. You see, I mean, the costume. You see, and he had some images from Kemet on, and you know, I just don't get it. I don't get it. You see, it's like don't talk about what was. Talk about how that body got destroyed. You see, talk about the destruction. Talk about the chaos. You have to talk about the chaos of these bodies. You can't talk about the glory of all that shit. Talk about the chaos. I don't understand what's wrong. How come it's like nobody think like men no more? You see, you have to talk about the chaos. And from the chaos, how to talk about how to walk through the fire. You see, I don't understand this shit. You see, take off that goddamn shit. You see, and teach everybody how to use a goddamn measuring tape. You see, or how to build some PC pipes or some shit. You see, I mean, what the fuck is this shit going on, man? We fucking dying out here. You see, and they doing it psychologically. They doing it to where you can't see. It's a normal thing, man. It's fucking normal. Death is normal. I mean, it's like goddamn right in our faces. And these are intelligent brothers and sisters. These motherfuckers are intelligent. They can tell you about all the great people who came from the past. You see, they can outline every goddamn thing they do. You see, every goddamn thing they do. But then you look at their work And then you look at our present time right now. God damn it, what did they do? What did they do? Or who infiltrated? You see, who infiltrated them? So if they so throughout the infiltration, that shit, those spaces, it was filled with infections. You see, irritations. You see, the intelligent moved themselves in. You see, Hesaton's intelligence moved itself in. You see, because they speak well, they dressed well. So you're gonna hire these motherfuckers just because they dress well and they look well and speak well and all this other type of shit. You see? Instead of grabbing one of these motherfuckers out here that's on one of these corners and shit and just talk to the nigga and put something in him. I bet you my money he'll hustle for you. I bet you my money he'll hustle for you. You see? And help build you a motherfucking kingdom and get hell of his homies to do it too. You see? Because he'll be able to see the shit. He's not under some type of demonic law like you motherfuckers are. God dog, man. I've been listening to this stuff, man, and it just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because I be wanting to join in these conversations, man. But what's the use? You can't join. These motherfuckers will rip you apart. They'll eat you. They'll eat you. And meaning they'll overshadow all the things that you're saying because the shit that you're going to tell them is fucking common sense. But they want to put all this shit on on what's natural. They want to put all this other shit on it. And then all of a sudden here come the confusions. You see, the confusion and all this other type of shit. So you trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, whoever can open up the confusion or who have the better confusion, these are the intelligent ones. These are the motherfuckers that's going to get paid because everybody going to send them donations because they broke down the confusion. You know what I'm saying? They made it sound right. You see, everything is sounding right. But when you put it out there to make it work, it don't work. Nothing is working. Only thing it helps you to do is put on a costume, put your little trinkets all over your body. You see? Read hella books. You see? Be out on the corner with hella books. All this other type of shit. But ain't nothing moving. Ain't nothing moving. The children are still dying. You see? The children are still dying. You see? The women are still hoes. The niggas are still committing genocide. You see? It ain't nothing working. And your so-called provider, he's still in power. He's still in power, ripping this shit up. Look who you have in the office right now. And everybody that look like you with all your motherfucking knowledge, your own people put in a motherfucking demon in that motherfucking office up there. He put a demonic ass, y'all put a demonic ass being up in that motherfucker. Because he said, if you're not black, if you don't vote for him. And everybody said, I am black, knowing goddamn well that they ain't black. You see? Because that's what's being promoted. Their derogatory definition and all this type of shit, that's the curse. He sat right there and cursed and threw that curse at our own people, and he smiled with it because he know goddamn well that y'all gonna caress that word. You see, y'all gonna caress the word, and the word is a curse, and you can't shake the curse because you think that's who you are. Ask somebody, the first thing a brown complexion man or a copper tone man, they will say, my black skin. Knowing goddamn well, if a conscious mind is not around that motherfucker and correct him, he will believe that his skin color is black. Until you tell that motherfucker to look at it again. Keep looking at that shit until you see that your skin color is brown. You see, and see that black is not a nationality. You see, it's a status thing. Somebody gave you that and you held on to it. You see? You know, somebody that didn't look like you. You see? The real black motherfuckers are the motherfuckers who colonized you. That's who are the black motherfuckers. They have the black souls. Their souls are black. Their spirits are black. You see? But you want to be that. So therefore you are. I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand it, man. It just broke my heart, man. That's all. It just, these things be crushing me, man. You see? Because ain't nobody using the gifts they talking about from these ancient bodies, from these ancient places. How come you can't use it? These gifts, the reason why you can't use these gifts because you are congested with all this goddamn knowledge. All this knowledge, and it ain't doing a motherfucking thing for you. I heard some people on there talking about raising your, coming to the height of God or having a God. How could you? How could you? In order to have the God mind, you got to put down that shit that you're reading. Electrify yourself with the motherfucking earth. That's the only way you can do that. You see, drop all that bullshit. Get out of the world. You know what I'm saying? Or be, you're going to be in it, but take your conscience up out this motherfucker. You see? So these frequencies and this energy can put you in the proper place. It can teach you. See, you need to connect to this big body. That's the greatest teacher, this motherfucking earth. It's the greatest teacher. You see? But they ain't talking about that shit. They talking about these fake ass symbols and all this other type of shit that ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing for you. None of this shit is gonna help you in the long run. None of this shit is gonna build you a house. None of this shit is gonna build you a business. None of this shit is gonna put these motherfuckers under arrest. You see, for colonizing people around the world. None of this shit that you're doing is gonna help us as a people. None of it. It's all bullshit. It's all garbage. Hindrances. You see? And hella motherfuckers need to stand the fuck up and tell these niggas to stop talking about that garbage. You see? Get in contact with the motherfucking universe or the earth and the sun and the moon and shit and the waters. You see? Talk to this shit. Drop all that shit, all that congestion and shit, and talk. 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 God dog it, man. We killing our people, man, right in plain sight with this bullshit. It hurts, man, because y'all have no idea who the fuck you are.